Well, regardless if it's the Southern Hemisphere or the Northern Hemisphere, my next guest has always been very highly regarded, very highly respected. His stats prove that. It was a pleasure to catch up with Peter Walsh. Well, Peter, it's great to catch up with you. Before we have a chat about your career and how it all unfolded, can't find a better man taking out a heat of the Inter-Dominion at Newcastle on Friday night. The name very suits the gentleman who drove it. You couldn't find a better man than Chris Alford because that was just a perfect drive.
It was a pearl of a drive. He summed up the race good, which he does do. You know, good judge of pace, knows when to make a move. He made a move quick, got to the front, and the horse got the job done.
Your wife Isabel has done a marvellous job with this fellow. It all came about due to your friendship with Luke McCarthy.
Yeah, well, with Luke and Diane Riley, great friendship there. When Luke was going to America for that stint, the horse had to come down somewhere, so she come down to Bell, and she's done a good job with him.
She certainly has. Now, Pete, you grew up close to the showgrounds in the 60s. How did your career unfold? Was it interest from watching races there?
Grew up on the showgrounds I think first started going to the Royal Melbourne Showgrounds when I was 7. Started off at the Stan Brown stables in Ascot Vale with Alan Stewart, who was a mate of my father's in National Service, with some great trainers in that stable. And then just moved on from there, rest up.
Was there anyone in particular, Pete, that influenced your career greatly?
Oh, my hero growing up was Gordon Rothicker, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Geez, there were a lot of stars about in that particular time.
Oh, great horsemen and great horses, you just really can't believe the depth of free-for-all horse we had back in those days. Gordon's horses, Bold David, so on and so on. They're just too many to mention.
How did the move to Sydney and to get involved with David Aiken come about?
I was going pretty good at training down there, and then a couple of things went probably a little bit pear-shaped, and David was getting very big and needed some help, and said, can you come to Sydney? And I did. Of course, David was my best man, so we've been mates for years, race horses off and on for years. I've had horses for him down in Melbourne, he had horses for us up in Sydney, so it just worked out the right way.
Yeah, it was certainly a golden period of racing at Harold Park in that particular time, and there was no one bigger than David Aiken.
No, we had some great horses, great staff, and it was a golden era. I don't know if we'll ever do it again, but you've got to be proud of what happened to him.
I noticed you had a little stroll down the Legends area here and looking at the media wall and seeing all these great names and their colours bring back plenty of memories, including those of J.E. Binskin.
Without a doubt, J.E. Binskin, he just was the man. He was a goat. You just got to hold him most admiration. But you only got to walk down there, and I think that's a lot of we've had lost in our game. The history of some of our great trainers and drivers, especially some of the young blokes now. They don't realise who forwards away from now. There's some great names on that wall down there.
I asked David Aiken when I got here, I said two things. I want to interview Peter Walsh, and can you give me some little insights into it? He said, first of all, good luck getting the interview. And then he said, the biggest influence, as far as you were concerned, was your attention to detail in every aspect of harness racing, the horse, the gear. You ticked every box. And obviously that's been passed on to Isabel because she's also got that reputation of just being perfect in every way.
Well, you've got to do the 1%ers. Everything's got to be 1%. All little 1%ers have got to be done right from scratch. And Belle is like that. She leaves nothing unturned. She spends hours on those horses. Can't find a man, hours just rubbing him, bandaging him, poultices. She loves it. She does it, and it's just what it's all about.
But you had a wonderful career in the Southern Hemisphere. The move to the States, how did that all come about?
It was just time. I had a great run with the Dominator Syndicate. We had some great horses. It was just time. I always wanted to go to America. I used to go over every year for like a holiday type at the end of the season. So I packed up and we took 6, and we're going for 2 years. I think we stayed 13.
Those Dominator horses you mentioned during the 90s, Seals to Stam, Late Bid, At It Again, Kentuckiana, Delightful Lana, Scent, a New South Wales Oaks winner. The list goes on. There's some wonderful names there.
Some great horses amongst them. I don't know if he was the best horse event, but my favourite out of there was Late Bid, of course. But we had some great mares, great fillies, some nice colts. We even did, one of the first guys to bring out an American horse, David, had Ultrajet. I had to bet. They've done good jobs. It's just all part of the journey,
And some of your associates in the States were Mark Hanover and Gordon Banks.
I trained for Mark Gordon and Gordon Banks and Mark Hanover when I first come back. Knew him well in America. You know, they're prolific owners. They put a lot of money into the sport, so they deserve to get something out of it.
And someone that you know very well, who also followed virtually in your footsteps and done a wonderful job, Noel Daly.
Yeah, Noel was there before all of us. He went over straight from TAA as a clerk, and then he started working for Brett Pelling, and it's just history. He just has rewritten the book. He's had another stellar year. You know, great horses. Captain Albano just written the record books. Sig Saucer, I think, the trotter. You know, he just does a great job, Noel. He's to know Noel, he's just Noel. Yeah, he's just unbelievable.
Pete, you must be proud of the way the Australian flag and the New Zealand flag has been flown for a number of years now, courtesy of Andy Todd McCarthy. Dexter Dunn, he's just gone to another level and beyond. Shane and Lauren Trenton.
Look, to realise how hard it is to break through there, you've got to go and understand it's a tough market. Dexter Dunn, I believe, now the best driver in the world. Andy McCarthy, he did the hard yards. He went over and done the hard yards before anybody else started coming across. I think Toddy was always a natural. He was always meant to be in America. And Shane and Laura, like, they've always been great trainers here. Got over there doing the hard yards there, doing the work. Shane had his father Peter there, who's a great trainer. You know, you don't get success over there without doing the work. And if you get it, you've earned it.
Apart from your wife Isabel doing such a marvellous job, your daughter Sarah is also doing wonderful things under a very smart man indeed called Barry Purdon.
Yeah, Sarah just loves the industry, just absolutely loves it. Left school, all she wants to do is horses. Had a great mentorship with David as she was growing up, every school holiday, every weekend, you know. And then left school, I said, well, if you're going to do this industry, you've got to go and learn off the best. And Barry was lucky enough to be able to take her on. She's been there 11 months now and loving it, you know.
Another daughter, Michelle, she's into the nursing fraternity, which we're very thankful that she's in that particular business.
Yeah, well, Rochelle, she loves the horses. She used to work in America with us with the horses. Started a nursing career, came home here, got married and went back and finished her nursing. She's back doing a bit of nursing now, but she's got 2 young children. She still loves the horses, comes and helps her mum and that, but she's a little bit more too into the breeding side of it. She breeds a few and races a few, so yeah, it's a bit of a family affair. Sarah's always there in the background, Belle, you know. So
Harness racing's been built on family affairs, Pete.
well, it's really is a family industry, really. You know, most of our great trainers or drivers have come out of great families, so hopefully somewhere along the line Sarah will do the same.
Pete, I know you told me earlier when I asked you if you do this interview that you're a recluse, you don't do these interviews and you haven't done anything like this for 30 odd years. I want to thank you for giving up some time. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad to do it for Mike, really am. Thanks.